man. Pop's tripping. He wants me to ask for my brisket back. You know I wouldn't trip.
What brisket?
You know, the brisket I left at your house, man.
That's my brisket, punk! Oh, hi. I'm James Moore.
I'm John Lathrop.
My name is Alden Garza.
What's up, my dudes? And I'm Jan. I just took Alden's spot because obviously he doesn't know what his little intro is supposed to sound like.
And together we're the co-hosts of the Grab 'em and the Brisket podcast. And I don't know if you guys know what podcasts are, but they're like mini TV episodes for your ears. Let that soak in, guys.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Wow, so now we're patronizing people that are listening to our podcast. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, listen, if you want to turn the volume up, turn it to the right. If you want it to go down, turn it to the left. Up and down. Okay, like, where the hell have you been, man?
You guys probably know us from our smash hits Meth Gator and Tailgate Gravy. Man, I am excited to bring you this next episode that we really haven't come up with a name yet because, I mean, quite frankly, we're still recording it right now. Yeah, guys, how's it going? How's y'all's week been?
John, you want to go? Yours is pretty short anyways. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I don't have a whole lot to say. I haven't done a whole lot. I've been cleaning house all week. That's about it.
I will say your garage looks phenomenal, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, I made it to where my wife could park in the garage.
Dude, that's awesome.
That was my goal this week.
I saw your kid get in the car and drive off earlier.
Isn't that weird?
I was a little terrified.
It's so weird, but he did go get ice for my beer, so I'm
That
ecstatic.
makes it less weird.
Yes.
He was on a mission.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. I literally was like, kind of glanced over. I kind of walked a little further into the grass versus the sidewalk. I was like, I'm not going to get
Right?
hit. This
He
kid
was
is
like, what, 10 or 11 when you met him? Something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
weird.
it is weird. Alden, how was your week?
Week's been good, man. Got some good fortune today, actually.
Okay.
Thanks to our guys over here, our podcast members, James Moore. He's big time on the Twitters and stuff like that.
What?
So no, I'd bought a pair of Ariat boots in December. Basically wore a hole through those things in 6 months.
Okay. Souls just gave out.
Souls just gave out. Thing was, I bought the identical pair that I had before, which almost lasts me almost 6 years. So I was talking to James about it. He's like, you know what we can do? We'll just go to their customer service. And shout out to Ariat's customer service, man, because they were diligent in their stuff. Dude, they were awesome, dude.
Yeah.
They sent me you tell the story. Cause
They responded pretty quickly right away. And you know, I at them on Twitter, and I don't like to try to at people a whole lot, especially, you know, some of these people like Ariat or whatever. But I mean, if you have a problem, and instead of like, you know, calling into their customer service, like sometimes, and I'll tell you guys that are listening, sometimes it's easier to maybe just like drop them at like, hey, not really happy with this quality that I received. And that's the big key. I'll tell you guys, anybody out there that tries to approach a company, like whether you got your Weber messed up or Ariat, you know, your boots wore out, or maybe you went to a restaurant and you got shitty service. So kind of a tip for you guys is like, I mean, you can at them social media wise, but don't be a dick. Just be polite, express your frustration a little bit, almost kind of passive aggressive. I'm not saying you go, you know, whatever, but kind of just let them know like, hey, love you guys, but this sucks. And that's kind of what I did with Ariat, and they responded immediately, and it's like, hey, we're sorry about that. Shoot me some pictures, give me your detail, let me know what your info is.
Sure. And I mean, I had legit problems with my boots. You know, it wasn't something I was just trying to get one over on somebody. You know what I mean? I walked through those things in 6 months. And, you know, one of the questions they asked was, like, how often do you wear your boots? And my response was, it shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? In 6 months, you shouldn't be able to walk a hole through your soul, unless you're an Aerosmith song, which is a good song, by the way.
We are in Texas, right? This is Texas.
We are in Texas, and I mean, I wore them a lot. But like I say, shout out to Ariat. They went above and beyond what they probably needed to, and they sent me a fresh pair of boots, man, the same boots that I probably won't wear ever. I may bottle those things. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
You wear
here,
them.
So.
Need to wear them.
Yeah. Kind of like our buddy Rich O'Toole. He dropped a tweet out like earlier this week. It was like, never look down at somebody unless you're looking down to check out their boots. I was like, oh, that's pretty tight.
Yeah.
I like that.
That is nice.
That is solid.
I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought you said boobs. You said boots. And I was like,
I got a fresh pair of boobs. From
okay,
the mail
boots.
today.
That makes better sense. I
My
almost
eyes
chuckled
are
on
up
that
here,
one.
Rich.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great. Yeah, boots for sure.
Yes.
So don't be creeping. Eyes up here.
That's funny.
Well, solid. You got a brand new pair of boots. That's
Got a brand new
So
pair
they're
of
sending
boots.
you new ones.
They're ready. They're in my garage.
They just came today.
Snap.
Yeah. I have them. I opened them up. It was like a ray of sunshine just went straight to the moon, just like Twitter does, bro. You know what I mean? So
That's great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
what else is up, dudes?
What about you, Jan? I mean, I know you just got back out of town. You were out of town on a business trip.
What is the terminology? What do we call this? World traveler? Maybe some say that. I was out for a little bit in Chicago, Chi-Town, great city.
Did
Had
you
a-
try out for the place kicking position while you were there?
No, I did
'Cause they're
not.
still looking, I think.
I didn't. I tried out for who could drink the most whiskey in one night. Pretty much succeeded there. It was good. A couple of cool experiences. Went to a restaurant called Gibson's. Saw Jerry Jones there. That was pretty cool. So he was there dining. So it was probably, what night was that? Maybe Monday night or so. Of course, I was at the bar having a few Crown and Cokes, some Crown splash of Coke. Really, is what that was. Double Crown splash of Coke. A little bit of lime. That's my go-to.
Were you like cheering, like Jerry, just sign Zeke, just give him money,
I didn't.
let's go?
I didn't see that. So he come walking by, and I'm at the bar, and I look over, and I'm like, I know that guy, but I'm like, surely that can't be. No, that's not him. And then the bartender, the guy at the bar, he was like, "Hey, it's Jerry Jones. You see Jerry?" I'm like, "Damn it, that was my chance right there."
Could have gave him some tips.
Or he could have gave you tips.
Dude, I'd have got tased on the way over to see him, probably. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, you probably can't even get that close.
Was he surrounded by bodyguards?
I don't know. He like a couple people with him, So that was kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of my
with tasers, I'm sure.
probably with tasers.
Jerry seems like he's probably crazy enough where he's like, no, I don't need bodyguards. You just gotta stay home. I'm gonna go to this restaurant.
Carry my own pistol.
I don't know why I start sounding like Ross Perot.
Is that how he talks?
I don't think it's how he talks either.
That's so good. No, I think that is how he talks now.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, I'm going to hear that voice.
It's like, what's the
Ross Perot.
So I had that, and then Tuesday night, I was, of course, still in Chicago, having fun. A little place called Hub City. It was a little private venue that we did. Ironically, they served barbecue, which, let me tell you, is disgusting. Barbecue is what they served. And I know for them, they put it together, and it looked good. But, so, when you eat beef jerky, right? That flavor you get where something's been cured,
Just salted.
That's the flavor. It's the teriyaki flavor beef jerky. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That was the
That's the
flavor
worst
of the
one.
brisket. It was not good.
Sounds really bad.
It's not good
Speaking
at all.
of that,
And I was
what's
just like, "What do you say to this?" They're like, "Hey," I said, "No, I'll have more salad, please. Thanks." I sort of ate salad.
When
Yeah.
you pass on brisket for a salad,
Yes.
Yeah.
something's wrong.
Speaking of that, what was up with the picture of that brisket they put on Pasadena's flyer? 'Cause that stuff looked disgusting.
Yeah, it wasn't their best photo.
No.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously didn't consult us for their media and their photos that they put out.
Well, and that
there
was the
for
other thing.
press
So I want to
releases.
tell Sean, or whoever's sharing it, like, that's not our brisket. Just so you know, be forewarned,
Yeah.
that's not our brisket.
Like,
But
and just for you guys listening at home or in your car or at the gym on the treadmill, just like
Yeah, there's probably some people that are just like jogging.
Jogging.
Listening to this, I think
they're
right now.
jogging, exercising, listen to a barbecue,
Yeah, yeah.
funny podcast.
That's
And we're
happening.
like, just go, run, get it, man. You can get that extra mile.
you got a
You
piece
can
of
do it.
brisket right
Or
there.
don't.
do it.
Like the guy from
Stop.
Dodgeball, right?
Just stop off at the grocery store.
Yes, go into that 7-Eleven, get you a Slurpee.
Yes. Or just go to the grocery store, pick you up that brisket and that 6-pack of beer, and just go to the house and just smoke it.
6-pack. You're gonna need more than a 6-pack. I'll tell you that right now.
I was being conservative there.
I actually had a really good time this week. We met with a lot of cool people, and then something else I did this weekend or this week that was pretty cool. At this Hub City, the garage doors opened up after our private party, and we walked in to like the regular portion where they had other people there dining and drinking, whatever. They had karaoke happening, right? Which is pretty awesome.
Nice.
But karaoke behind a real band.
Really?
So a real band played drums, guitar, bass.
It's awkward.
You go up and you're the lead singer for that band. They'll play whatever song you want to play. The words are down on the screen. How cool is that?
Did you do it?
No.
You're a
I was going to do it.
Sounds
pansy.
I know.
You
I
could
know.
have been a rock star for a
I
night.
was a rock star.
Sounds fantastic,
But
dude.
I just, first of all, my nerves got the little best of me.
Oh, come on, man.
A couple of my bosses were there, or one of my bosses was there. I was
They
like,
would have loved it.
they probably would have. I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't want to do it. So that was my week, and then I flew back in yesterday, and it was horrible, miserable, and sober. So I'm glad I'm drinking today, though. That's good.
I could tell you a point in time in Jan's life that he probably would have just stormed the stage and just been like, give me that microphone. I can think of multiple instances where he rolls into a bar. One in particular, I think, where are you guys at? You were with...
I was at a place. I was in a bachelor party.
Yeah, bachelor party, yes.
Yeah. We walked into a place. It was called the Stomp.
And this is in Texas.
Yeah, we had been drinking since about 7 o'clock in that morning out on the lake. Bunch of guys. We had jet skis. We had boats. We were barbecuing. I mean, it was pretty great. But the alcohol was plentiful. We got back, took showers. We all went to this restaurant. There's probably 25 of us, right? We sit down at this huge tables everywhere. We're taking up like a quarter of the restaurant. One guy stands up and he orders for everybody, which is weird. But everybody got twice baked potatoes and ribeye steak with green beans. Let me tell you, when you drink all day and you get your first meal, a really solid meal, it was absolutely the best steak I'd ever had in my life at that point. Just because, well, I hadn't ate in 16 hours and I just drank probably. So I noticed that they had some music going on, and I was like, "Oh, look at this! This is karaoke." And I made a couple of comments, but my comments probably came out as slurs. You know what I mean? Because there wasn't a whole lot useful stuff coming out of me.
Like episode 3 slurs?
Like episode 3. So I stand up and I grab my drink and I walk up to the stage, and there's 2 girls standing on the stage, and they're fixing to start, right? And the music starts to play. I was like, man, I think I know this song. I couldn't place it yet, Mm-hmm. So I just stepped on the stage and grabbed the mic, and this is what I'm hearing right now. And a part of me is really starting to I know this song, but I don't know this song, right? I know it, but I don't know it. And these 2 girls, they're kind of already dancing on stage, and so I reach over, I pat one of them on the shoulder, and I take the mic, right? And she just kind of gives it up. She doesn't know me or anything else, but I'm sure she's got family, or she had a boyfriend or a husband sitting out there somewhere, right? Get that drunk guy off the stage. No, they don't say that. They just hand the mic over. Then I politely shove one of them out of the way, right?
You politely shoved
Politely
them out.
just directed them. I got in the middle of them, basically, right? And so now we're sort of a duet. It's with 3 people. What is that?
That'd be like a
trio?
Trio. We're
Yeah.
a trio, right? So once a song starts, I'm like, oh shit, this is Madonna. This is Like a Virgin, right? So I'm already up there. So I go all in. I mean, I don't go just a little bit. I go 150% into this song. I am singing at the top of my lungs. I am dancing. I am doing things that probably no person should do on stage, especially drunk that way. And well, it's not like I have the greatest body or whatever, right? So yeah, I am doing stuff that I think I never probably will do again. I'm singing. I'm dancing. At the very end of this, I go down to my knees, right? I am basically belting out. I'm on my knees. I'm singing. The song ends. I have a standing ovation from the entire place. Like, kids are standing on chairs. Crazy.
You brought the house down.
I brought the house down.
Yeah.
And, I made an ass of myself a little bit, but...
Were you like, I'm signing autographs later, guys, so I'll be in the corner.
So it was weird. I got stopped. I was trying to go back to the table, and somebody stopped me, and this lady she's like, oh my God, that was so great, And I'm like, oh, thanks. And then another person's like, hey man, way to go. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And I kept walking. I got high fives all the way through the restaurant and bar, right? And then I sit down, and then the whole table, they're not even talking to me really. They're like looking at me like, what what are you on? Like, what are you, crazy or something? And they all bust out laughing. It was almost like walking up and hearing crickets, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they busted out, and it was good. So, yeah, big props to Eldridge family for that one and bringing me on that. But, yeah, It was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, at some point we got to get to some business.
Yeah. Alden, give them the business.
Where we at? Who are we?
Oh, man, we're you can find us at Twitter, at Grab the Brisket. Facebook, we are at Grab 'em in the Brisket. Instagram, same. Follow suit at Grab 'em in the Brisket. And Gmail, grabeminthabrisket@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Nice. I like how nonchalant.
Sweet. All right.
All right, well, we have a fun episode planned for you guys, and for me, it's like as I go out throughout the work week or the work day, and I won't get into the job and work because hey, that's all fantastic, air quotes. But you see stuff all over the internet, and you see stuff that we go Twitter and we try to interact with all the fans and all that, and see what's trending. And I saw a few things that kind of popped out in my mind that I'm like thinking like, oh, okay, let's bring this up to the Grabbing the Brisket crew and let's see what they have thoughts on. And one particular or two particular stories that popped out was, have you guys been following the chicken sandwich war that's going on right now on Twitter?
No, I've not seen the chicken sandwich war. Is this like between multiple restaurants, or is this?
It's definitely between multiple restaurants.
Okay.
So on Twitter, Chick-fil-A rolls out a tweet, and basically it was just a basic tweet. There's like bun plus chicken plus pickles equals heart emoji for the original. So basically they're just saying buns plus chicken plus pickles equals chicken sandwich. We're the original.
Okay, I see what they're doing. Heart
Yeah.
emoji, we're the original.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, equals
Okay.
love.
Equals. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
who doesn't like Chick-fil-A?
Yeah. Who fired back?
Popeyes. Popeyes this week unveiled their own chicken sandwich.
Sandwich.
Their own chicken sandwich.
Sandwich.
Okay.
Sandwich.
So Popeyes replied, they retweeted Chick-fil-A's tweet they sent out.
Okay.
And they said, y'all good to Chick-fil-A? Like, why are you guys out here on social media going, hey, look at this chicken sandwich, blah, blah, blah. Like, basically Popeye was like, hey, y'all good, fam? I mean, what's happening over there? I mean, and then they roll out, I mean, we got our own chicken sandwich here. And so they roll out their own chicken sandwich, and they roll out this tweet. It was like brioche bun with this huge ass, like, Popeye's chicken
18-pound chicken breast on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With pickles, buns, all that stuff like that. Now, look, I love Popeye's chicken.
Who doesn't?
We could probably go into an argument of who has the best fried chicken.
No, we're probably won't.
Between us, I don't think we'd argue at all.
Popeyes, right?
Popeyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no
Done.
doubt about it.
Colonel Sanders ain't coming in the mix.
No.
KFC that what?
Not
13
even
flavors,
close.
23 flavors, and I
Not
don't know,
even
13
close.
spices. I'm not sure what
The
he's doing.
secret spices or whatever it is. Yeah.
Not
I'm
even
good.
close. Churches, way on the out.
Yeah.
On that.
I'm
So.
not eating church's chicken either.
So I have not tried Popeye's new chicken sandwich, but you can just imagine their chicken fried breasts that they put out. You
Yeah.
take out the bone, and you just do a chicken breast, throw it on a bun and some pickles and whatever. I mean, honestly, that sounds familiar. That sounds fantastic. So they started chirping, like, "Oh, hey, we're in the game. This is us." And then Chick-fil-A claps back, and then it started this whole chicken sandwich war, social media wise, where everybody starts chiming in, like, "These guys have the best chicken sandwich. These guys have the best chicken sandwich." So we'll see how it goes or how it all plays out. Popeyes apparently gained a shit ton of like Twitter followers.
Oh, I'm sure.
Over this thing.
I mean, even that video you posted, dude, that was solid, man.
I posted a video with
that little battle they had.
Chick-fil-A employees roll up into Popeye's chicken,
Yeah.
like, "Hey man, can I get a chicken sandwich?" And they're like, "Yeah, pull up." And they're like, "Oh man, look at the customer service on this guy. This is horrible." And then rolls up. Next thing you know, he gets the Popeye's chicken sandwich and gets it. He's like, man, he throws it back at him. He's like, "Break yourself, fool!" And he starts throwing like Chick-fil-A sandwiches back at him. And then now they're in the back parking lot,
It was
start
great.
fighting.
Yeah. It was great.
Awesome. Yeah.
It reminds me of what's the Ron Burgundy? Like when they go to the parking lot, they fight all the news anchors and stuff. That's kind of how I picture that whole thing happening.
Anchorman, yeah.
Yeah, Anchorman. Yeah, for sure.
So then you had Wendy's.
Okay.
Wendy's
They
had to
got
jump
to get in there.
Wendy's had to jump in
They
there.
have a good chicken
That
sandwich.
number 6,
though,
man. At number 6, spicy chicken
Asiago.
sandwich.
Oh,
That's
pretty
legit.
solid.
Yeah.
It is pretty solid.
So
But I think they got in trouble. I think I read somewhere where that's like farm chicken. Just you just don't know it. I don't know if it's a real breast. I don't know how I feel about that.
The only good thing I know about it is this is dead chicken. So
Well-
I'm gonna eat that dead chicken.
tonight we're recording the podcast, so I was like, okay, I'm going to pick up a couple of chicken sandwiches. I did get Chick-fil-A's spicy chicken sandwich. Not bad. But
Yeah,
I'm going to
it's
go
not
on the
that
record
good.
and say that I think Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich is probably a little bit better.
It is.
Meat-wise, I'm not comparing meat-wise. The flavor, the spiciness with the Wendy's, can't beat it.
No, you can't beat it. And I'll tell you something else. Chick-fil-A, once you know what they're brining their chicken in, right? You automatically taste it. And it's not like I don't like it, but it's brined in pickle juice.
Mm-hmm.
It's brined, and then it's like I don't know. It's like
And then
a
you
salt.
put pickles on it.
Yeah.
My
I
favorite
mean-
chicken sandwich is still the spicy chicken sandwich from McDonald's. I don't know why, but it's good. It's $1.
That is probably the worst chicken.
Get some
really.
French fries.
No.
You have a meal for like $4,
Hey,
bro.
No, I'm telling you right now. You just told me exponentially a lot about yourself, right? Your character, what your do's, your don'ts, like a lot right there. Thank you.
I tweeted out my Twitter page, and I think Grabbing the Brisket retweeted it. But
Yeah, I wanna talk about that. Yes.
saw an article, and it looked like it was a McDonald's in the Philippines where they showed this like mountain of a man just sitting there ordering food at this McDonald's, and
Ordering a
this little Philippine girl that looked like she was probably maybe
She was full grown.
she was full grown. This dude
He was
had to
way
be, like,
full grown.
7 foot, and just a mountain. And he's ordering, but
The names.
that's kind of
tell us
funny
about the names.
Yeah, that's kind of funny to see. But in the background is the menu, and then right off the bat you see McSpaghetti.
Mixed spaghetti.
I'm like, McSpaghetti.
Spicy
McDonald's. McDonald's is rolling out spaghetti in the Philippines.
I think they do like sushi rolls and shit like that.
some
and
of them
like,
do, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're doing that. In
So on
certain
this one,
places,
it's like
man.
you can get a what they call McDo. Looks like fried chicken leg.
Yeah.
A McDo
It's a do.
or a
Okay.
spicy McDo.
Okay. What is the do?
Maybe one of the listeners can explain what a
I
McDo
don't know.
is.
I gotta look this up. A
It
spicy
looks like a
McDo.
chicken leg, a fried chicken leg.
It's probably like not a chicken though.
And it's right there on the menu.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I wonder what that dude was going to order. He's going to order probably all of it. 'Cause that was a large.
He
human
might have
being.
ordered a salad. See that?
He
There
might
you go.
have.
We can't.
He might have.
We can't judge this.
That was
I
a
could've-
large human being.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
they may
sure
have,
he's
they may have
getting-
been small human beings. I don't
I'm sure he's getting all the McDos he can get, or the McDonald's. I don't know.
know. Husker do's, Husker don'ts.
Husker do's, Husker
Who
don'ts.
knows? Oh, Joe Dirt.
It's somebody on Twitter like put it out like in Japan they do what he called little dippers, and they're like little fish bites. It's like
Okay.
little fried fish bites, almost like the chicken nuggets that you can get pretty much anywhere. Little fish bites, so little McDippers, and they have wide range of sauces. Like they have a wasabi sauce
Nice.
that you get, and it looked like one that they had probably looked like a kind of a sweet and sour type dipping sauce that you can go with it.
Funny thing about the wasabi, man. I go eat at this restaurant. So two things. One is I ordered garlic butter. Right? I say, can you a little extra garlic butter? Right? Lady looks at me funny, and then she goes and you get sliced butter, right? And then they sliced up garlic and they put it on the plate. I was like, that's not gonna work. I don't want sliced garlic. I went garlic. Like, look, lady, thank you so much. Second thing is that their wasabi looked different. Didn't look like almost like a crust on it or something. I thought it was like just a one little thing you eat, part of my meal. So I ate the whole thing. I melted down, brother. It was some. I was like, who eats just a whole pile of that at one time?
You do.
I do. I was an idiot. Yeah. So then of course, I asked for more. I was like, I need more of that stuff right here. But yeah, it was my little wasabi thing. But yeah, to the other sauces, wasabi's one of them. Was the other ones, James?
I'm on my Twitter page, and I'm going to go ahead and give a couple of shout-outs. So we got Blake Harper, and he's on Twitter at BAHARP84, and he's the one that kind of suggested, like, I get it. Large humans next to tiny humans, always funny.
I see it.
But spicy chicken McDoos, do the McSpaghettis come with McGarlic bread? Lots of blowing McItems in this pick. Love that comment by that guy.
Not for sure.
Another one was Nick Pastor, and his Twitter handle is at, looks like Slick Nick Ricky on Twitter. And he goes, go to Japan, they have fish McDippers. Not even joking. And then I went and grabbed a screenshot, and you can see little fish McDippers with some wasabi sauce.
Wasabi sauce. Actually, so I'm going to do this. I'm ordering some I'm sure they call it McSabi.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy. He's a
big
large
dude.
human being.
Huge dude.
He's got to be 8 foot tall. I got to be like 4 foot tall, too. But I'm going to order McSabi.
McSabi.
It's a McDonald's sabi, wasabi sauce. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it out.
If it comes green or red, what are you expecting?
Wasabi's
white.
come green, right?
Well,
that was like
not from McDonald's.
green.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
It could be gravy. They don't have gravy. Now they have gravy.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. So I guess you'll repost that on our Twitter or something, or
Yeah, no, it's already been reposted.
Okay,
And it's
good.
already out there. I mean, I
Good,
shot
yeah.
the picture for all you guys to check out and
You can
see.
check it out.
Make the comments. Look, I'm sure if you go McDonald's all across the world,
Yeah.
they have some crazy, ridiculous stuff that they have on the menu.
Plus a secret menu, right? Don't they all have secret menus?
they
that
all
you
have
can
secret
order?
menus.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what we'll do. Maybe we'll do like one day where we just go out and just eat a bunch of secret menu shit, and we'll come back and take pictures of it and share it and tell you what it was like and give you all the crazy names that we have and come up with. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Okay, so another thing that crossed my social media feeds later on this month apparently is going to be Ice Cream Sandwich Day. In preparation to Ice Cream Sandwich Day, Oscar Meyer has dropped their own ice cream sandwich, and it is called the Ice Dog.
Is there weenie inside of it?
Opposite of, as you can guess, the hot dog.
Yeah, for sure. Is that have Oscar Mayer wieners inside of it?
It does. It does
Totally
have
gonna eat it. I'm totally gonna eat it.
candied
Good,
bits.
because we needed somebody
hot
to be the
dogs.
first one to try it.
I'll try it.
Hey, we'll give you a shout out to Oscar Meyer right now, and we'll send a tweet out with the episode and like, hey, we would like to have one of those things and try it. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little rundown of what's in this ice cream sandwich and see if it's something that you're still interested in maybe eating.
Okay.
It has a bun flavored cookie from One Girl Scout Cookies.
Sorry.
Dude,
from
depending
one
depending on which
this
one that
article-
is.
from
I'm
a singular Girl Scout cookie from one. That's what you're saying. Like
Well,
one.
it says One Girl Scout Cookies.
Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with that.
But what is it? Could it be a Thin Mint or a
No,
Simone?
I
what are
think
they
it's
called?
probably just
What do they call those things,
probably a
Samoans?
vanilla
Yeah.
Girl Scout cookie.
It's probably.
That's a
So-
cookie, right?
For sure.
Yeah, it's not that though. It's
Okay,
bun flavored.
Oh.
bun flavor. So it's
Yeah.
basically
Yeah,
bread
listen.
flavored. 1 part of Dijon mustard flavored ice cream.
Boom.
That
Sign
sounds
me up.
horrible.
1 part candied hot dog infused sweet cream ice cream.
That sounds like a procedure.
Sounds like I'm eating ice cream tonight.
Procedure.
It's candied. No, it's candied infused ice cream, right?
It's
The
candied
candied- yeah.
bits of hot dog.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm infused.
Like candied bacon.
Yeah, candy bacon.
Come on, think about what we're saying here.
Yeah, we're talking about candy.
Candied.
We're talking about
Okay.
wiener.
Candied wieners. Go. Keep going.
I'm getting all this information from the
biggest, man. Let's
Thrillist.
get into the big wiener.
www.thethrillist.com, and they did a whole article on this thing. You guys can go check it out at home. The biggest letdown was the mustard ice cream, which, let me tell you, is just a punch of frozen Dijon in your face. It's acidic and spicy and completely permeates every corner of your mouth. This is not a gently infused light flavor of French's recent mustard ice cream that they came out with.
That sounds horrible.
It does not sound delicious. Yeah, we
I
want to
really
try it.
want to try it. Yeah, for sure. Wait, why would you want to try it?
I want you to try it.
I did some work for dryers. I was probably my 20s, right? And Dryer's Grand Ice Cream, they make, some pretty cool ice creams, whatever. I think the Snickers bar, right? They made that. Snickers ice cream bar, it's pretty good. But they always had this little bin in the freezer that it would have this crazy concoction of ice creams that like some mad scientist was always putting out, right? And one of the ones they put out was, at that time, was like a jalapeno salsa ice cream or something. Something kind of like that. And you could just reach in the bin and you could just pull it out. You could try it, right? So I did. It was totally disgusting. We got past like 3 bites of it. But surprisingly, like, I guess they had cayenne or something, because man, that thing was hot. It was spicy. But you had little bits of jalapeno, look like, or something. It wasn't a bad ice cream. It just wasn't something that
It's frozen.
you want to eat, right?
You're not supposed to eat jalapenos in ice cream, for one thing.
Yeah, I don't think it made it to market, but it made it inside their freezer. So yeah, Oscar Mayer, great. We're probably going to order some of this or try to get some of this in. Hopefully we can try this and tell you what it's like.
Yeah,
possibly.
I think John's going to hit him up socially and on social media and see if maybe we can get a couple of those ice cream sandwiches, and
Nice.
we can try it on air, and maybe we can get that filmed. And we're looking at doing online, either live, Facebooking, or videoing this stuff and put it on YouTube. Maybe we'll go with whatever platform it is, but we'll let you guys know, and then we can sit there and eat this stuff on air and see what the reactions are and all that good stuff. But
Nice.
Honest reactions. Immediate
Honest.
reactions.
Yeah. James, think you have a recipe for us? Is that correct?
No, I do. I kind of alluded to it the episode before, that on some of the cook-offs we used to do on Friday nights, where we get all the meats prepped and get stuff ready for the competition the next day, we always wanted a little bit of a snack that we can eat on while we're drinking beer. And, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you don't want to eat like a fucking 5-course meal out there while you're drinking beer, because everything's just so heavy and
It's too hot.
It's too hot. You can't do it. So we came up with this little recipe that we knock out these wings. And I'm not even lying. It's a killer wing recipe that anybody can do out there that everybody will freaking love. The way it goes, it starts off, I start off with the whole wing. We're talking the drumette, the flat, everything connected. So I go to my grocery store, which is H-E-B or Kroger's. And so whatever you guys listening, I'm sure you can go down to your local market or whatever, and you can pick this up. I don't get the small drumettes or the small flats separate, because they're just too small, and they will tend to dry out, and it just won't taste that great. So you get the bigger ones, and they usually get them probably in about a 5-pound bag, and then throw them on the smoker. And what I do is I cook them indirectly on a smoker. That's the best. That's just from me to you. That's the best. Now, I understand a lot of people out there don't have indirect offset smokers and all that type of stuff. So a Weber Smoky Mountain, Traeger pellet grill, whatever it is.
Weber, just a Weber.
You guys
Weber,
work it out. So we'll get these wings, take them out of the bag. I'll pat them down, dry them off.
Frozen, or are they raw? I mean, I know it's raw, but are they unfrozen? Like, are you in a bag? Like, I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, they're raw, but
Okay.
maybe sometimes they might be a little bit of frozen.
Already frozen
a little
already
bit,
when you get them.
where
They
might
thaw
have
them
to
out.
Thaw out just a little bit.
Okay. So probably how many you get in a bag or a pouch?
I think it's about a
whatever?
5-pound bag, so you probably get like maybe 20 or 30 wings.
Whole wings.
Whole
Nice.
wings.
Okay. That's great. And how much?
Maybe $15.
That's not bad at all.
I mean, it's killer. I mean,
That's not bad
usually
at all.
we just buy one thing, and that feeds a shit ton of people, and everybody's happy and everybody's fed, and
Yeah.
we're all good. So I take them out, dump them in a tinfoil pan, pat them down, and then I'll get the old trusted mustard, where we take the mustard, squirt it on the chicken, rub it all over, and it really, I mean, you guys have probably seen it all over the internet, but it
I was going to say with the crescent wrench in the study, when you say Colonel Mustard. So,
No.
I don't know.
It's not Colonel
Negative.
Mustard, just the
Oh,
mustard.
he says mustard. Okay.
No, you failed.
Fair enough.
So rub the mustard all over the chicken. The chicken acts as a binder for all the rub and the seasoning that you put on there. So when you do transfer it to the smoker, all that seasoning is just going to sit there and stick on it, as opposed to just burn off, melt off as soon as
Flake
the chicken
off.
starts
Yeah.
cooking.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and the rub that I put on there, I use kind of like salt and pepper rub. So salt, pepper, garlic rub. You can go in there with just like maybe just a garlic powder sprinkle of garlic powder. You can go in there with a little seasonal, and then a little something a little bit more spicier, which is probably like Tony Chachere's, or you can get the Slappy Mamas, or whatever you guys are used to using. So you get kind of the saltiness and the spicy pepper, whatever. So if you got an SPG rub that you guys like, throw that on there. Shit, all good. So you don't want to go crazy and start adding some like sweet chicken rubs or some weird flavor profile that you like, whatever. It's not about that. We're going with just smoked buffalo barbecue wing.
I agree with that. Like, I think you can get a little too, like, everybody was used to cooking chicken, and I know you probably have your own way of doing things and whatever, but it's not like we haven't tried a whole bunch of different recipes in our past, but the one we always go back to is this mustard SPG style rub with something, maybe a seasonal and something spicy, right?
Yeah.
Something just gives it a kick. I think that's a really good point to make, because sometimes you don't want a sauce. Like, I like sauce, sometimes I don't like sauce, right? So at least you have a really good wing.
Honestly, you can probably just eat this wing straight as it is, as it comes off the pit. You don't have to sauce it with the buffalo sauce or anything like that.
Right.
But we like the buffalo flavor, and there's a couple of them out there that we've tried, and I'm sure there's plenty out there on the market that you guys are probably more familiar with or that you guys like. Hey, by all means, try it. Whatever you're familiar with or whatever you like personally. So we'll take the wings, we'll put it on the smoker, and we'll let it go for, I'm going to say, probably 2.5 hours, 2 hours to 2.5 hours at 250 degrees.
Okay.
And I know in the back of your mind you're thinking, like, that's a long time to do wings, but it's not really.
No, it's not. And they're jointed, right? It's a jointed wing.
They're jointed.
You're cooking them indirect heat.
Indirect heat.
So I can see that.
And another thing that's kind of like
And
a
you're smoking.
misconception that I see thrown out there is like, okay, probe them. Once you hit 165 degrees, you're good. You can pull them.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, for me, doing legs, doing the wings or whatever.
Dark meat. Or
The
the
dark
wings are
meat.
actually white meat, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the legs are dark meat.
When you go to 165, they still haven't. That meat still has that kind of rubbery texture,
has a rendered, right?
That consistency that I don't personally like. So you can actually overcook it a little bit, and you can probably go to 170 or 175.
Yeah, 180. Yeah.
180.
Yeah, so there's still like an intuition, I guess you could say, in there. Because, like, this is what it's supposed to look like, but only because this probe is telling me it's ready to go, you're like, it's still not ready to go yet.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
For you guys at home, the big telltale is if you take that chicken wing and you grab both ends of it and you pull it apart and split it apart, and if it pulls apart like butter,
I was so hoping you were about to say it flies away, because that would have been awesome.
Then it's
so you're splitting the flat from the drum.
the drum, correct?
Okay, so if you take your wing and you split it in half, and your flat and your drum just instantly break apart, then just not breaks, just comes apart, right? That's a done wing, right?
And what I usually do is, like, I take my tongs and I grab either the flat portion or I grab the drum portion, and then I twist my hand and I kind of like do kind of like a twist motion where I'm pressing down on the other end of the piece of wing, and if it just splits apart, then okay, it's done. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Start yanking them off. And so what we do, we love doing the Hooters hot. I know at our
That's a
grocery
good
store
sauce.
that is around us, they have it, and it's in a jar, and it has the spice, and literally I think half of it's made of butter, because when you open it up, it won't pour out of the jar instantly. You have to scoop it out like it's freaking mayonnaise.
I was going to say that. It's like, it's very thick.
Very
right?
thick.
It's very just, it
So
it kind of melts.
It does.
On the
when
wing.
you dump it on the wings and you put some tinfoil on top of it or a lid, and you start like shaking it around, that heat from the meat starts dissolving and melting everything. Dude, money.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Another honorable mention, Moore's Marinade. Dude, they have an awesome buffalo flavor sauce out there. I think they got a couple of other ones out there, whether it's habanero or teriyaki or whatever it is. But buffalo, awesome.
For sure. For sure.
We interrupt this regularly scheduled podcast to bring you a very special message. Do not attempt to adjust your channel or change the dial in any way. Now that I have your attention, Please be advised that the following material may contain language and graphic content that might not be suitable for young children or the faint of heart. Today, the guys finally let me talk about murder. This story that I found involved barbecue, serial killer, and of course, roadside pit barbecue.
Disgusting.
And so I was like, I have to tell this story. And I've never heard of it before I started doing some of this research.
It's
And
true?
it's a true story.
Okay.
Now, some of it has not been corroborated.
Corroborated. That's the word I was going to go with.
And it's kind of hard because, I mean, we're going off the word of a serial killer of saying this is what he did. This guy got
Well,
caught.
let's hear the story. Come on.
So I'll tell the story.
He got caught.
He got caught.
Okay, good. Because I was about to say, look,
Yeah.
we're not in Pearland. I'm not on this podcast.
Right.
And
I mean, Jan does have a story about him running into I don't know if it's a serial killer or more of just a child predator that
I think he'd killed a couple people, I think, or something.
I think here in the Pearland, Friendswood area, which is really freaking sad.
It is super sad. And they caught him.
They caught him, yeah.
So he's
Hey,
a piece of shit. So
that dude is a piece of crap. So we'll get into the story of the serial killer named Joe Matheny.
Well, first of all, if you have meth in your name, you're already probably crazy.
well,
Probably so.
You know what I mean?
either that or
So-
eat at Joe's, right?
Yeah.
Or eat at
It's
Joe's.
like barbecue. I mean, that just sounds right, you know?
Gross. Okay, so this article, didyouknowfacts.com, is what I got it from, and it was written by Matt Gilligan. I know we're just throwing so many jokes out for Alden just like to chime in. So this article is written by Matt Gilligan, didyouknowfacts.com. So you guys check it out. I'll get John to post a link so you guys can see what it is. And just full disclaimer, you got some kids rolling in the car. You probably want to like maybe earmuff them or quite possibly maybe just like skip forward or turn it down a little bit until you drop them off from school or so. All right. When a woman named Rita Kemper escaped the clutches of 450-pound monster Joe Matheny in December 1996, the residents of Baltimore, Maryland were in for a big shock. Not only did Matheny confess to being a serial killer, he admitted to selling human meat to unsuspected customers at his roadside barbecue stand. But,
I don't even know where to go with that.
Oh, you don't go there, for one. I can tell you that.
yeah.
So clearly, what if he had like repeat business? Like this guy Joe Medini is a badass barbecuer.
He might have had repeat business.
Exactly.
We don't know.
And with that being said, I'm surely he was insured by some insurance company or something, right? I mean, who do you sue at this point? Like, how do you, like, my kids just loved his chicken fingers, you know, or his rib.
His hamburgers.
His ribs were crazy good. Yeah, hamburgers
French
were
fries.
awesome.
French fries were awesome. You know.
Well, that's a potato, Alden.
But still, that's what I'm saying. What do you think? I mean,
I'm talking about the damn human meat you're eating.
Well, I know
okay?
that, but I'm trying to get into. I'm just trying to help
Yeah,
this guy out.
These steak fingers
Which is a
were.
horrible
Don't help
person,
him
but-
out. He's a piece of shit. Steak fingers were my kid's favorite.
Okay, so this girl Kemper was a prostitute who had met this Matheny fellow, and he kidnapped her, brought her back to his trailer, severely beat her. Luckily, she managed to escape and reach the authorities. When the police took Matheny into custody, they had no idea the brutality they were about to uncover. Matheny himself told them, "I'm a very sick person."
Is that large guy you
And I'll
showed
show
me
you
earlier?
a picture of this dude right here.
Yeah, that's a large human
Let me
being.
see. Hold on.
This dude is very large.
That's a large dude.
He's 6'1", probably about 450
Four
pounds.
bills.
That
4
we
bills at
alluded
least.
to earlier. Looks like he's tatted up all his arms or whatever. He reminds me of, what's that pro wrestler? The one that had the tattoos on his head. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Kind of.
Yeah, the flames.
He had the flames tattooed on his head.
God dang it!
Yeah.
Oh, you put me on the spot. What's his name?
Ooh, somebody's listening right now is like screaming it at their radio.
I
Like,
know. I know. It's Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Bam Bam is a serial killer. Kind of got the shaved head.
He kind of looks like
big,
him a little
old
bit.
school wrestler look. Okay, so Joe Matheny's murders, at least the confirmed ones, started in 1994 with the killing of a prostitute who he buried near his trailer. When soon after, his wife, apparently drug addicted, took their son and deserted him. He went crazy when she left. So he went looking everywhere, left and right. Where's my wife? Where's the kid? Just crazy. So he apparently visited a spot that maybe she quite frequently, visited, which was underneath a bridge somewhere close to where they were. So he thought maybe his wife and son might be living there. But instead, he discovered 2 homeless men sleeping on dirty mattresses. The 2 men, Matheny believed his wife did drugs with. What did he do? He killed them both with an axe. I mean, that's a pretty tough way to go with an axe. I mean, I guess every way to go is like tough.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because you got to think about it. Somebody's just, even if they chop your wrist off, boom, they start with that. And then you go to your other wrist, boom. So you're just feeling pain the whole time.
Just slammed in the chest with an axe.
Or in the chest.
It's not a knife. I mean,
it's just, whoa. Yeah. Especially with the blunt end of it. If you think
it's
about
definitely horror movie.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
I'm looking at
Jason.
I'm looking at a poster right now of The Strangers. The guy in the middle with the hood on
has an axe.
The Strangers, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
That same night, Matheny allegedly lured 2 prostitutes under the same bridge with the hopes of getting drugs, and he was hoping to find his family's whereabouts. Well, apparently he didn't he didn't get the information that he was looking for, so he murdered both of them. Looking around, the killer, Matheny, realized a nearby fisherman had saw what he'd just done, so Matheny's like, well, I gotta kill you too. So he killed the fisherman. So what he did was he weighted down all 3 bodies and threw them into the river.
The moving river. That will produce bodies.
Oh, for sure. Soon after, Matheny was arrested for the murders of the 2 homeless guys. He was denied bail. He spent a year and a half in county jail, but he was acquitted after a short trial due to the lack of evidence.
So they actually had him.
They
got away with it.
They arrested him.
Hold on. Okay, so hold on. So this guy murders some people. So the police were like, this dude's a dude, but we don't have enough evidence. He gets off. Hold on. We have the part where he's serving people. So go ahead. Yeah. I'm trying to reel this in a little bit.
Okay, so lack of evidence. So Matheny went back onto the Baltimore streets. Once again, he was free. And Matheny promptly killed 2 more prostitutes. But this time, he dismembered them, and he stored their body parts in his freezer. This is where it kind of turns left on us, guys. He opens up a small barbecue stand by the side of the road. In the next couple of weeks, he sold human meat mixed with beef and pork to customers. The cannibal told the authorities, I guess this is apparently after he got arrested.
Now they're calling him the cannibal.
The cannibal.
Yeah.
Told the authorities after he was arrested, the human body tastes very similar to pork. If you mix it together, no one can tell the difference.
I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm never going to know because I'm not eating human. And I guess I'm taking Medina's word for it. Like, first of all, I really feel sick to my stomach thinking about we eat at a lot of places. We don't know where their food comes from. This is why I say, guys, go buy your meat at the store or go kill it yourself. Bring it back, process it, cook it yourself. You know where it came from, right? So,
how many people have that luxury, though?
Everyone does.
Well, everybody does, but how many people actually exercise the...
There's a lot of people that do. I don't know numbers. I don't know numbers. A lot of people actually do that. They actually source their own stuff, grow their own food, hunt for their own food. You know what? And to be honest, they're living to like 90, so maybe they're doing something right. Maybe we're doing something wrong. Just food for thought.
Well, I'm 36, so I think I have 60 more years left in me of eating Whataburger.
I was not eating. Yeah, he's not going to live 60 years. Not happening.
I'll probably die tomorrow, so who knows?
Okay, so apparently his roadside business was going quite well, and he ran out of his what he called special meat. And he went back on the hunt, eventually luring Rita Kemper, which we're going back full circle from the beginning of the story, a la Quentin Tarantino, to his trailer. Kemper was to be butchered and sold to the unwitting public, just like the other two unfortunate women who had crossed his path.
Unbeknownst public.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But instead, she was able to escape from his trailer and then was able to put an end to Matheny's stupid crimes, his stupid sickness and whatever. So he gets arrested. So when the Baltimore Police Department interrogated him, Matheny said, "The only thing I feel bad about in any of this is that I didn't get to murder the two motherfuckers I really wanted to murder. And that was my ex-old lady and the bastard she hooked up with."
So this was all that stemmed from.
Pretty much.
Infidelity.
Yeah. So, and the article ends up with, so the next time you're riding down the road and you happen to see an open pit beef stand that you've never seen before, kind of makes you think twice about maybe stopping there and getting a sandwich. And then some of my other research that I went along with, like, he gets sentenced to death, but shortly after that, they reduce that to life in prison plus 50 years.
Plus 50 years.
Because of the kidnapping of Rita Kemper.
Which is felony.
And that is the story of freaking Joe Matheny.
That's a large human being, dude.
Open pit barbecue serial killer, a.k.a. cannibal.
Cannibal.
So when somebody gets a life sentence, it's only like 70-something years, right? Because otherwise they wouldn't give him 2 life sentences. So there's a year number, I believe, on a life sentence.
Ooh, I don't know.
So when they say, like, well, he's got life plus 50 years.
Yeah, I don't know. We might have to, like, I mean, if we got any lawyers that are listening to this, then maybe they can chime in on Twitter and shoot us what it is on.
Yeah, just let me know.
Life's like 50 years.
Is it 50 years?
I think it's 75. I thought it was.
No, that's 75 years. 50, I think it's like 50 years.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's the question. Like, well, why do you get 5 life sentences sometimes? Like, fuck, life means life, right? But it doesn't mean life.
Well, 50 years, because they look at it, you're getting out like in your 70s.
Well, I'm talking about even people not getting out like on parole or anything like that.
You're not really.
Say you're 20 and you get life.
You're 70 when you get out.
So that's a life sentence. So a lot of people would think
life
that
plus.
Life is you're in there for life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure,
but it doesn't mean that you're in there for life, because you're in there just for a set amount of time.
Yeah.
But now you get 2 life sentences, boom, or 4 or 5 life sentences,
Yeah,
which means you're never getting out. Yeah.
You're not getting out.
So, but 1 life sentence means you can actually theoretically get out, unless they put no parole or whatever, anything like that. But
But this guy did die in prison.
Yeah,
well, good for him.
Good for him.
He done. Yeah. And
he go.
Full disclaimer.
How long do you live for? Say that?
I think it was like he had his little murderous rampage around like mid-90s, like 94, 96 and all that shit like that. I think it was probably like 2009-ish.
What was his name? What was his name again?
Joe Matheny.
Joe
Matheny.
Matheny, yeah.
What was his serial killer name?
That was his
pit stop serial killer?
I don't think he had really a serial killer name.
Yeah.
They did call him Tiny.
Oh, he was. Yeah. Okay. Well, I can see that.
But this did not happen in Texas, guys.
Of course.
This is Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah.
With us being a Texas podcast, we have to throw the disclaimer out there and not trying to throw shade at Baltimore, Maryland. Hey,
well, they produce Redskins
place
over there and Ravens over there. So you got Landover, Maryland that'll produce Redskins. You got Baltimore that'll produce Ravens. So.
Oh, the seafood over there. I mean, the freaking crabs and all that shit over there is phenomenal.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never been.
I'm just not going to say
trying to throw shade, but hey,
maybe you should come to Texas for some barbecue next time.
I'm just saying. Let's get into the barbecue pit fails. I think we've got a couple of user submissions, and we'll just see what everybody has. I mean, we'll go around the horn. I think everybody's got
something. Yeah, we all have
something
one.
To say for sure.
Yeah, you want to go first, Al?
Yeah, we got so Will Max BBQ. So Will Max BBQ. So this is his story. So 4th of July. Now I'm speaking as Max. I guess I could say
Are you impersonating Max?
I think I'm impersonating Max.
Okay.
Well,
I like
maybe in
this.
third person.
Hey,
we'll see.
No, get into character.
All right,
Do
so this is a Will Max barbecue.
Yeah.
Will Max BBQ.
Yeah, change your
4th of
voice up a little
July,
bit.
I made ribs. Normally, I make my own rub that doesn't have much salt, and I layer it with the SPG rub. This time, I got lazy and bought a store-bought rub, which had a way higher salt content than the rub I usually make. That mixed with the SPG rub made these ribs basically a barbecued salt lick.
That's tasty.
I tossed the ribs, and we brought a cheese and cracker dish to the 4th party. And that's the end of that.
Okay, so what's the name? Max? What is it?
It's Will Max BBQ.
All right, so Will Max barbecue. That's a common thing that I've done before, right? So you're not in the same boat. I've clearly mixed my own rub with a store-bought rub, and it's come out too salty. Lessons learned, right? I learned a lesson. You learned a lesson. One is just buy our own seasonings and keep doing what we do. It's good.
I still love the way he worded that, though.
Yeah.
It's just that mix with the SPC rub made these ribs basically a barbecued salt lick.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
These ribs are salty. So yeah, for sure. That's all happened to us. That's probably a common thing that a lot of people with barbecue actually do is over salt. You don't realize, especially if you're buying a bunch of different seasonings, you don't realize how much salt is in each seasoning, right? So like the first thing I do now is I look at all the ingredients and I look to see, okay, salt, perfect. Okay, it's got all 10 of them have salt in it, then I may have a problem, And the other thing that I do is I try. I try all the seasonings individual before I mix them or anything else. But it's only because I've made the perfect salt lick barbecue. So where you can't, you're like water and more meat, water and more meat. So.
Can I add there is like
Sure.
when you're looking at these rubs and you're at the grocery store and you turn them over and you see the ingredients on this and it lists out what's in it. I found this out when I had my dog, a few years back when we were trying to find a dog food that will agree with him. We had to start going through like all the ingredients of this whatever dog food. So when you're looking at ingredients, whether it's, and I'm just say dog food, or you're looking at what's in a rub or what's in what have you, the first ingredient that they list, that is the most, what would you say,
Most important?
predominant ingredient
Predominant?
Yeah.
in that recipe.
Yeah, I can see that possibly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, like that would actually be good if that's the way it always is. I'm not sure if it is. Is it?
Right.
Is that what you've heard? It's the first ingredient's always
That's
the most
what I've heard.
Oh,
predominant.
no.
Yeah.
I've known that since I was a kid.
I did not know that.
Anything you look at,
So,
the top ingredient on anything
So
you look
if it's
at
salt,
is the
there's
most.
salt.
Salt is the
Okay.
first one
Yeah,
on that.
is the
you
most.
know that this
Okay.
rub is pretty much
made of salt.
heavy in salt.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or if its top ingredient is brown sugar, then you know that this rub is
Sweet.
heavily involved with sugar.
Yep.
And it's sweet.
Yep.
It was
It's
funny.
it.
kind of an FYI for you guys when you're at the grocery store, look at this stuff. He's
Yeah.
like, do I want a salty rub or do I want a sweet rub? We got another user submission, and this is from Blake Harper, and I'm pretty sure we mentioned him earlier with the when we were talking about the McSpaghettis. He wrote in, and he's on Twitter at BAHarp84. You guys check him out. He said, not as cool as almost burning down my neighborhood, a la the last barbecue fail that we had last week. That was Wes, I think. So it's like not as cool as burning down my neighborhood, but this one time it's like I forgot to take the, what he says, gut bags out of the turkey last year. So the giblet,
Giblets.
the giblet bag,
Still in there.
Oh, it's lovely.
yeah, still in there.
Stew
So
that up.
he just left it in there, and he just like what he did was is like I stuffed it with apples and oranges and garlic and herbs. It's like he just like stuffed all that
Hey,
stuff in there.
Delightful.
Yeah, he's like hit 140, never climbed. It just sat there.
Yeah. Big ball of ice in the middle of that damn thing, frozen. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, stalled for 5 hours is what he said.
So good.
He's like I shoved it in the oven and like I burned the hell out of it.
So apparently they don't make gravy, if you think about it. Because what do you need to make good giblet gravy?
I'm not sure where you're going with this. But you need giblets.
You need
Taking all that
You need-
for sure.
that
you need
stuff
the
out of
juice,
there. You know what I mean?
But,
So-
but do you know how to make it though?
Yeah.
No, but do you know how to make it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let my wife do it.
Okay. Yeah. That's where you went wrong too on that side.
Actually, let my mom do it. She's solid.
So yes, in the middle, like they put this bag, right, of the heart, the liver, right, all that stuff's in there,
Yeah.
right, and then usually your turkey's frozen. You bring it home, so that generally, if you don't let it thaw out long enough, that will be frozen in the middle, right there.
It'd just be
solid
stuck
chunk.
up in there.
Yeah.
You'll stick your hand up in there, and you're like, oh, that's just solid.
It's solid ice.
There's
It's
nothing
good.
in there.
It's fine. It'll melt out.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, that's a solid piece of meat still stuck in there.
With like bag. That's
bag.
A
filled
lot of
with,
times it's
like,
a bag, yeah.
Yeah.
liver
Yeah.
and hearts
But-
and just everything.
But I am
else.
going to say he probably burned the outside of it and everything else. But those giblets, they're probably phenomenal tasting
probably still
with the
good.
oranges and the apple and garlic and whatever else. So that was probably tasty. Yeah, that's a solid. I guess it's a fail, right?
it's a fail,
It's a solid
yeah.
fail. Hey, congrats.
Hey, Blake, pull that giblet bag out.
Yeah, come on, man.
We'll put it on the stove. We'll get some chicken broth. We'll start stewing that. Then you probably I'm only guessing on how to make this giblet
All
gravy.
right, so I'll tell you, right? So that's good. We're going to do 2 recipes today. It's super easy.
Second recipe.
All right, so take all your juice that you got from this turkey, right? You're pulling the turkey out. You have all this pan of juice, right?
In the bottom of the pan.
That's right. Pull it out, put it into a saucepan or something maybe a little bit bigger, and you're going to cut up maybe a little bit of egg. Everybody likes egg. You're only doing the white part of the egg. You're not putting the yellow part of the egg in. So you get some boiled eggs that
So
you've
the
done.
hard-boiled egg.
Yep,
cut.
hard-boiled egg. You're going to do some onion. You're going to do
Celery.
some celery. Yep, chopped finely. Not and let that kind of go. Let that kind of go on the in the pan a little bit. Second thing you're going to do, once you start, that comes to a really good high heat. You're going to take a bowl, some flour, and you're going to take some hot water, and you're going to mix that together where it kind of becomes like a thick soupy mixture. You're going to slowly add that to your pan, right? So once you mix that in, that's going to cause this, it's the trimmings and just the juice from your turkey. It's going to cause that to really thicken up and kind of gel up a little bit. Not gel, but it's a bad word, but thicken up.
It's almost like a roux.
Yeah, almost to a roux. And you're going to salt, pepper it, and it's going to be phenomenal.
That's where you get your turkey giblet gravy.
Yeah. Then add your eggs at the end, and it's perfect. So,
Yeah.
for sure. Hey, so I've got one. I've got one here.
All right. Last one of the night.
We've got Slim Pickens Barbecue. Said, was struggling with my WSM. That's a Weber Smoky Mountain. I actually didn't know that earlier. I should know that. I mean, I have a Weber. I just don't have the Smoky Mountain. But he says, I was struggling with my Weber Smoky Mountain, keeping the fire strong. Had way too much on the smoker and try to cover the grates with foil. And right there, right there, I see where you're going.
Can't do that.
Immediate
You
fail.
can't- No, you can't do that. But I see the thought process, right?
For sure.
Like I've been
We've
there.
all done that.
I've been there, right? So I should know better, but was trying anything to keep cleanup easy. And right there, I'm going to say this. Barbecue's not supposed to be clean. It's not supposed to be easy. We do this a lot. Try to make things easy cleanup,
Yeah.
right? And every time we do this, it bites us in the ass,
It
right?
does.
We just have to, it's one of those things. This is not for Slim Pickens Barbecue because obviously he knows, right? He's like,
Right.
clearly I shouldn't have done this. But it's for anybody else out there. Hey,
What's that infomercial or that barbecue mat where they sell where you can just
Right.
slap it on
oh,
top
it's
of your
great.
grill?
It grills the way it does. It's non-stick.
It's
and-
non-stick
yeah,
and
yeah.
nothing sticks to it. And there's no heat coming up underneath this thing. It's
So
just
it doesn't melt. But yeah, there's heat. So it'll cook what you want to cook, but it doesn't.
all that juice is just sitting there and boiling their
Underneath
meat.
meat. Yeah.
That's just
Yeah, for
sitting on
sure.
this mat.
For sure.
Horrible. Don't buy that.
Yeah, so no, I mean, I've got a couple. I've not used it. They're still packed away. I've had them for about, I don't know, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Still in the saran wrap or plastic there.
Cut some holes in it.
Cut some holes. Please cut some holes in it. So Slim Pickens says, I should know better, but was trying to anything to keep cleanup easy. So airflow sucked in the smoker because it had nowhere to go. And that's a common thing. It's a common thing on offset smokers. It's a common thing when you're trying to build a fire just in general. I've seen if you start, you start small with small embers and small wood, and you build up bigger. Even then, if you can't get any airflow, let me tell you, your fire is not going to roar, right? So he comes out, he said, after 2 hours of messing with it, he took the lid off and he figured he cut holes in the foil. It'll add air to the smoldering fire, right? Whoosh. There went a huge flame up the side of the smoker. So it's that right there is what I've witnessed this. I've done this in the past, is that you have a smoldering fire and you're basically just feeding a lot of it's heat, hot, there's no oxygen. And then all of a sudden you add oxygen to it and the damn thing just bursts into flames. So Slim Pickens says that it took all the arm hair off his arm and he turned one problem into another. So no matter how long you've been cooking, got to be ready for anything to happen. LOL. And I totally agree. I mean, I think that's what makes a good cooker. I think what makes a good barbecue and whatever else.
Always expect the unexpected, man.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to have problems, right? So he lost some hair, but he turned around. He probably cooked a beautiful piece of meat and had a huge roaring fire in his Weber Smoking Mountain. So, hey, kudos to you, man. I'm coming to your house and cook. Or eat, really.
So shout out to Slim Pickens. Solid. Will Max Barbecue. Thank you for your submissions, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
For sure.
We want to keep them coming in.
We appreciate it, guys. We appreciate you guys listening. We want to hear all your barbecue wins, your barbecue fails.
Yeah.
Your war stories. I mean, we want to hear everything. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys listening and participating and doing all this stuff, I mean, we wouldn't be here. So we appreciate it. We love it. We want it to continue. Y'all guys stay tuned. I mean,
just want to say big shout out to the people that aren't sponsoring us yet. How about that? Is that a way to say this, James?
Right.
The people that don't sponsor us yet. One, I'm going to say Coors Light, you're not sponsoring us. We like your beer. It's great. I think James was trying a new beer today. What were you trying today?
We tried the Crush City IPA.
Okay. And then, so Alvin, I actually noticed that you were drinking Bud Light, which you normally do, but you actually just had a Coors Light, which I was like, well, that's odd. So how was that?
Not as cold as I thought it would be. The Rockies aren't as cold as the blue on the Bud Light. The blue on that Coors Light is not as blue as the Bud Light. I can tell you that. So.
All right. Well, don't ever steal another beer again. Okay? There you go.
It was cold.
Okay. There we go. Nice. Hey, cheers, guys. Thank y'all.
Cheers. We love it. Big shout out to John. He had to step away for a few minutes. Little baby.
You got to take care of his children, man.
Yeah. She wasn't feeling too well, so.
Just grab them in the brisket.